as a Facebook shareholder, I just finished listening to the Joe Rogan podcast where he interviews Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of said company. And Mark describes how the Biden administration would literally get on the phone with executives at Facebook and yell at them, demanding that they remove content that the regime did not find favorable to them, that was against COVID. That stated, for example, that maybe, just maybe, the virus might have emanated from a laboratory. But in terms of shareholder value, the fact is that Mark Zuckerberg, to some degree, had to comply with the status, with those wielding the power to attack his company, much as they did Elon Musk, $56 billion deprived of him, where his metrics that were deemed impossible to reach were met, and Tesla shareholders should have been able to fulfill their contractual obligation and made him even wealthier. But a Delaware judge, working no doubt in conjunction with the Biden administration, decided to deny him because they don't want that money going to freedom causes. Or how they sued SpaceX for not hiring asylum seekers who didn't have a green card. But if he had hired such people, then he would have been in violation of national security standards, which SpaceX's technology has been deemed to be. So Mark Zuckerberg was facing these threats from the United States government. Also, those gangsters over in Europe want to siphon as much of American money as they can for themselves and find reasons to go after the tech companies. And the one thing that keeps them at bay is the power of the US government. So the Biden administration leveraged their position to be able to counter European aggression against American tech companies with the "you have to censor on our behalf." So that was definitely part of the reason that Mark Zuckerberg lost the free speech ethos, is because he's CEO of a very valuable company. And now that Donald Trump has been elected, the winds have shifted. And is Mark Zuckerberg a fair weather friend? Yeah, there's no doubt about it. But I do believe that he is going back to his principles of free speech when he founded Facebook, the same principles that have guided the United States to be the world's most successful company. Because why? In part because he knows that Donald Trump will definitely have his back if he opens for free speech with the European Commission, that is once again seeking to extract as much money from American tech companies as they possibly can so that they don't have to tax their citizens, but can go ahead with their ultra-progressive welfare policies that have made Europe so successful and such a bastion of innovation. That, of course, was sarcasm. That takes place in America, where we actually have some semblance of rule of law and free speech. And thank goodness that Mark Zuckerberg is supporting this. But my point is that Mark is once again doing what is in favor of Facebook shareholders. I believe he's immensely capable as a CEO, very intelligent. Of course, that's been proven. That's like saying the sky is blue. But I fully support the free speech revolution that is going on thanks to Elon Musk freeing Twitter, and now Mark Zuckerberg doing the same with Facebook. And as Americans, we should all thank God for this, for the fact that our ideas can battle each other out in public rather than the government laying a heavy hand towards the left side of the argument and the ideology that is completely bankrupt and fails when it has light shined on it. But we should still allow these events, these combats to happen with speech rather than with violence, because that's how we progress as a species, with the minimal amount of friction. And yeah, there's always going to be friction. But in terms of money, this is very good for Facebook. This will attract users back to the platform that formerly had given up. I've been using Facebook a lot less because my posts have been censored. And now, hey, I'm going to give it another shot. This is good for user engagement, and this is good for America long term. And this definitely demonstrates a CEO capability of Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook going higher in all likelihood in the future. God bless America. God bless, most of all, free speech.